Mihcael Phelps is quote-unquote unretiring from the Olympics, and he is hoping to make a comeback in the Olympics. Now, why am I putting these in quotes? Because I'm skeptical. Honestly, I didn't even know that he retired. I knew that he retired, but it's like the Floyd Mayweather school of thought with retirement. Like, come on. Like, is he really not going to compete? But then I started to think about it, and I'm going to tell you about Phelps and whatnot and all of his accolades. But then I started to think about who are the athletes that you didn't want to see go past their prime and were just flat out hurting their reputations, their past history in their respective sports because they simplistically stayed around too long. I'm going to get to that list in a moment. However, when we look at Mihcael Phelps, we know that he absolutely crushed it at the past 2 Olympic Games, at the past 3, as a matter of fact. 22 Olympic medalist, 22-time Olympic medalist is Mihcael Phelps. He will be competing, by the way, he's going to turn 29 in June. He'll be competing in Mesa, Arizona, April 24th to the 26th in 3 events. The 50-meter and 100 meters, and the 100-meter butterfly. In the last 3 Olympics, 18 gold, 22 medals overall. The one thing I don't want to happen, and I'm going to give you the list in just a second, the one thing I don't want to happen is Mihcael Phelps staying around too long, making an ass out of himself in the pool because he's placing 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, that would just deteriorate something from me a little bit because you always want to go out on top. And like, look, Phil Jackson didn't go out on top, but his past history is decorated. But it feels like a different game with the Olympics. It's only once every 4 years. And then, you don't want to build that sort of reputation where it just feels like stayed around too long, didn't compete well, and then when he comes back from the Olympics, he's not on the Wheaties boxes. He's not being played in the Subway commercials as he is now, repeatedly. So that's just my opinion. I don't want to see Mihcael Phelps in a bad light. I want to see him go out on top. And that's sometimes the best way to go. Tony La Russa certainly did as well when he won with the St. Louis Cardinals and then retired from managing that club. And Mike Matheny certainly has it in good hands. However, I decided to look into who I thought personally stayed around way too long in their respective sports. Here are a few. Roy Jones Jr. He's getting knocked out by Danny Green. He's wanting to compete in MMA. I love Roy Jones Jr. If the younger audience that is watching this clip has never seen it, go and look at his highlights. One of the fastest, best boxers I have ever seen in the ring. And that's to go along with many, many others. Maybe I should do a top 5 list or top 10 list with Robert Exel. Light bulb. There's a fine clip. That could be a fine clip. Muhammad Ali is also another one. I mean, the losses that he had, and I sat through and watched those beatdowns that he suffered. It was unfortunate. You don't want to see a guy who is crowned as the greatest boxer of all time, whether you agree or disagree. You don't want to see a guy who has such great history get pounded on in the ring, repeatedly covering up, going in the corner against the turnbuckles and just standing there and taking punch after punch after punch. I mean, he lost to Larry Holmes and then Trevor Berbick. Shaquille O'Neal is another one. Evander Holyfield is another one. Evander Holyfield, for some reason, is still fighting, and you're starting to see the causes of fighting into the late stages of his career, health-wise and whatnot. Just don't do it. Whether it's health-wise or for the fans, just don't do it. Ricky Henderson is another one. Of course, the great stolen bases champion. Brett Favre is another one. And, of course, Mike Tyson. Now, a lot of these fall in the fighting, boxing, MMA lists and whatnot. But who do you think is sticking around too long in sports? Should Mihcael Phelps return for the Olympics? Look, it'd be a great storyline, of course, if he were to not only medal once again, but medal in a few events. That'd be great. I just don't see it happening. That's just me personally. And my biggest fear with Mihcael Phelps is that, again, he will just make an ass out of himself and he'll place 8th or 9th and it'll just be like, oh, he's done. And no one wants to see that. You want to go out on top. So thoughts in the comments section below. I'd love to hear them all. Subscribe to TYT Sports. I will see you soon.